fuck is you telling me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You were tuned in to Throw the Hook podcast, episode 29, man. It's your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. I got everybody's favorite OG, Mr. Unruly himself. Boxing First Vlog is in the building. What's going on, baby?
Little tech issues, my bad. What's going on, everybody, man? You know I'm just here to TBT with you.
Absolutely. And we got In This Corner podcast, aka Ty Finney, the legend, is in the building. What's going on?
And another day under God's hot sun. Glad to be alive, man. Glad to be here and talk to sponsor, man. This is what we do.
Absolutely. We got my dog in the building, man. Mark Nash off the rip. Big shout out to you, family, man. If you're not subscribed to Mark Nash, please go over there and slide a follow to him for sure. Laser Sharp Gaming, got little bro in the building, man. Big shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? We are coming off of a boxing weekend where it was that's why we're here today. we gotta talk about some things. You know, we had Conor Benn versus Regis Prograis. Conor Benn got a unanimous decision victory, 98-92 on all three scorecards. Then we had Tyson Fury got a decision victory over Makhmudov. Workmanlike performance, but we're definitely going to get into those things. Actually, you know what? Let's just start with the Conor Benn thing. Like, let's just get that up and rolling. Todd, did you, as far as the fight, like how did you feel about just that particular fight with Prograis?
Me personally, it seems like a lot of people have been bashing Conor Benn, but I thought he did a good job. He came out sticking, he came out moving, boxing. Prograis, me totally disappointed with Prograis' performance. I mean, I know he's a former champion and everything, but like he stood in front of Conor Benn and like really didn't do much. I mean, he let some shots off, did some body work and everything too, but it was just a weak performance. I mean, just standing in front of the guy, no movement. But I did hear that he came into this fight with a leg injury or something like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but if that's the case, maybe that speaks on why he performed like that. But yeah, I wasn't happy with Prograis' performance. But Conor Benn, man, I'm starting to become a fan, even though he's getting a lot of criticism and everything. I like what he's been doing in his past few fights. So hats off to Conor Benn, another victory under his belt.
Well, what you got for me, big dog?
I mean, I thought the Road Warriors should have got a little bit more kudos from my co-host there. I thought he performed well. He's the elder statesman. You just mentioned he had a leg injury. I thought he out physical the bigger guy at moments, not the whole entire fight, obviously, but at moments, the smaller guy, career-wise smaller guy, physically smaller guy, out muscled the main event guy, who was literally the guy on the card. Nobody was there to see Fury, but obviously they put him in the main event. But being honest, everybody was there to see the Benn fight, just to see if Benn could perform at what should be his more natural weight of closer to 147. But all in all, I thought Prograis came and earned this money. Probably should have got a little bonus just for making it the distance, because I think he was there to get walked, but he did. So, it don't make Benn. I didn't become a Benn fan based on the results. I thought he looked like he could lose against a Rolly. He could lose against a Ryan Garcia. He could definitely lose against Devin Haney. Shakur might cook him. You know what I mean? So, just saying.
I Connor Benn kind of like he kind of just gives me a headache, man. Like he really does, man. Like because it's like he's been in the game for a very long time. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's been in the game for a long time, and he still feels like a project. Am I tripping on that? Like he still feels like a project. Like he's still in developmental stage in terms of like skill set. Like that,
No, I think you looking at it different, or looking at it from another way than I'm looking at. I think he's at a ceiling. We've seen the best of what we're going to see. Is that good enough to equate to any of these champions out there? In my estimation, he could possibly beat a Rolly, but that would be, the best fight to make as far as style wise, because I don't think him and a Ryan Garcia is going to be very entertaining. Ryan Garcia is not going to actually go after him. He's going to play the outside as he did with the boy from Mexico. What's the boy name again? I forgot his name. He's so cheeks. Barrios.
I
Yeah, so
I didn't want to mention his name, but
yeah, but I'm just saying, if I was to see that fight, I'm expecting the same style fight. Ryan Garcia is not going to put himself in danger. He knows he's fighting technically the bigger guy. He's not going to make it physical. Only time he tried to step to an opponent and he paid for it and got himself knocked out is when he tried to force the fight against Tank. And he paid for it. So he's not going to do that against a bigger guy because he didn't do it against Barrios. How you get the drop and the knockdown in the very first round and then you don't never sniff a knockdown again the rest of the fight? Come on, man. Like, come on. So you're expecting the same style fight if you was to see Conor Benn versus him. And that's what I'm hearing on the streets they looking for. But again, I did not become a Conor Benn fan after the results. I thought he was overpaid. I don't care who he signs with. He's an event guy. He's a filler. If you need an extra name, like somebody to support Fury, garbage ass, they had to put a Conor Benn on the card. Something of that aspect. It's going to be that way his whole entire career. He's going to be there to support somebody else's card. He'll never become a main event guy. Not with that style. It's not fan friendly enough. As far as our style of guys, we like guys that really gonna put their foot on the gas and put a guy to sleep. That should be, you should have actually retired the guy. You know what I mean? Naturally, but he didn't. So again, I'm not looking forward to seeing him in a world title fight. That's for sure.
Yeah, I feel like Conor Benn is like, I think because of the lack of skill set, I think he's always going to be in some type of an action fight because he's not going to, like, he doesn't have the skill set to really put a master class together. So he's always going to leave his opponents opportunities, which is going to lead to some action. So the fights that he's had over the last couple of years is probably been more action than usual. You know what I'm saying? Especially after the doping situation a couple of years ago, he hasn't had a stoppage in the last 4 years. He hasn't had a stoppage in the last 4 years. And we can speculate on why, we can speculate on why, but he is in, action fights, but it's just like a cap. It's a cap to him. If Conor Benn is going to be in the ring against somebody, I don't see Conor Benn in like a snooze fest. Like he's not going to be in a snooze fest. Like he's going to throw some hands. He's going to throw some hands. But in terms of him being in against some of the top guys, like that's why everybody calling him out. Like that's why everybody's calling him out. And if you rock with Conor Benn because he's going to throw hands inside the ring and it's going to be some type of action, like I'm actually okay with that. Like that's cool. But he talks as if he's like upper echelon, upper level, and he's just. I mean, maybe he catches a guy. Maybe he catches a guy on an off night. Let me ask y'all this question real quick. So we've had a couple guys call him out. You had Haney call him out. You had Shakur call him out. Who else called him out? I think Rolly called him out. Ryan Garcia called him out. And
Can I be honest about one of the call outs? Mm-hmm. It was a bit presumptuous of himself. And this is another guy that hasn't stopped anybody of significance, and Shakur Stevenson talking about if this guy goes 12 rounds with him, he'll be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself for even saying that. You know what I mean? Because you just had a guy really on, I mean, dead to rights for the stoppage in the 10th, 11th, and the 12th, and you never went after it. So to jump out the window and say you stop a bigger fighter, for surely a bigger fighter, than Teofimo Lopez, come on, bro. Let's take it easy now. You pound for pound type guy, but let's take it easy.
Yeah, I think with Shakur's is like I said before, like I think he's comfortable with a 12 round decision. You know, I think he's comfortable at this point in his career, but you know, it is what it is though. We got Zelia in the building, man. Big shout out to you. Say, how are you? What's going on with you? I got my dog in here, man. Brian Kennedy Jr., man. Big shout out to you, little bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think with Conor Benn, let me just ask y'all this real quick. Can he pull an upset on any of the top names at 147? Any, like top 10. I'll give you top 10. Can Conor Benn beat anybody in the top 10 at 47?
I think so.
Who you got?
I think he could beat Rolly. His weight is corrected. They work more on conditioning and less on style and all of that nuances. Just working on conditioning and really getting sharp at 147 to go 12 rounds. He could probably beat Rolly because Rolly don't put out as much work as I would say Ben does. When Ben gets in his groove, he will try to outwork you, but it might not be the cleanest of work. It's not the prettiest of boxing, but he will try to outwork somebody like Rolly. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be a terrible fight with Ryan just based on the clash of styles. It'll be, in my estimation, Ben looking bad offensively for not being able to catch up to a guy that's running. And then, you know what I mean? He want to shoe shine and eventually throw some power here and there to make it look like he was going after Ben the whole fight. But I think he'd try to win it off the back foot the way he did against Barrios. You know what I mean? Ben is not the fastest puncher, so I don't know if he can throw a 3-4 punch combination and Ryan gonna be there to catch 2 out of the 3, to catch 3 out of the 4. Like, I don't think he's gonna fight that type of fight. So Devin Haney will get outboxed. He'll get counterpunched to death. Devin Haney is definitely somebody gonna box off the back foot and do it a lot better than I say Ryan Garcia will possibly be able to do it. It'll be a lot cleaner, you know what I mean? But do I think they'll have some moments where each guy will have to put their foot down and kind of, you know, show Ben a little work in there? Yeah, but it'll be more or less of a boxing match. So I think it'll be that 5 to 10 type of guy that he could beat to try to keep that slot as a potential contender for a belt. But it's up in the air right now. It's a weight thing for me. I can't see you at 152, 153, 150 struggling, looking winded in there, and then think you going to look like a thoroughbred at actually 147. So, you know. And then that's again, fair. You know, that's
fair. That's fair. Hey, Legend, do you see Conor Benn beating any of the top guys at 147? Any of them?
I agree with Vlog. I will say I do think he beats Mario Barrios. I do think he beats Barrios for sure. But yeah, Ryan, I think Ryan would be more of a challenge. Rolly, you know, Rolly likes top to come guys. Yeah, but like definitely not Haney. I think Haney's too fast on his feet, you know, countering, jabbing. Yeah, Haney would be too quick for him. But I do think he would give Rolly a fight. Definitely, I think he definitely could take Barrios, but yeah, Rolly will be a good fight. But yeah, Devin's probably the one I'll say, yeah, he can't hold it with Devin Haney for sure. But I'd definitely like to see him in there with Rolly. I think that would be an interesting one.
That's the second time y'all to mention Mario Barrios unprovoked. And I said to myself before the show started that I was not gonna make any comments about Mario Barrios. I'm trying to be cool, but if y'all mention his name one more time, I don't know how much longer I can hold off on a Mario Barrios comment. But yeah, I think Conor Benn can beat Rolly. Um, I don't see him beating. I'm trying to think of the people at 147. Does he beat Karen Chikotson?
Yeah, yeah.
He beats Karen?
The name beats Karen. The name in itself gets him 2 rounds on the cards automatically. So I think that in general, when you talking about fighting guys like that, now if a Stan Jonas was still around, that style questionable. I even like Bataviev style against Conor Benn just to say, okay, he's in with some guys that are naturally tough, not guys that are forcing the toughness. Which I think Prograis is a naturally tough guy, but this fight style, he had to fight that way to just even be in it to a certain extent. You know what I mean? To make sure he didn't get blown out the water. So he had to fight tougher than I think he naturally does. So a lot of the guys I just forementioned, like I said, Batayev, these guys that naturally fight tough, so they're going to force that's something we might need to see in Conor. I don't know if we saw it from Eubanks. Did Eubanks pull that second wind up out of him? That I'm saying, I'm up against the ropes type of fight. I don't know. It has to be the right style to do that. I don't know if Rolly has the style that could do it. It'd be an interesting boxing match of a fight between them two, but it wouldn't be a quote unquote boxing match. You know what I'm saying?
Does Conor Benn beat Brian Norman Jr.?
Ooh, that is a great name. I did not even take that name because I'm just thinking about Champ because he has the name that wouldn't say he has to take a step back. Mm-hmm. Brian Norman Jr. is a step back. So just based on that, I don't think we would see that fight. But can he? Very probably because he could probably outwork Norman Jr. because Norman Jr. is a single. He needs that single. So if he doesn't actually catch it, doesn't get it, he could get outworked in that fight.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't he's not a champion, but
but he's a recognizable name. That's actually a great name for the resume. To be honest, that's probably the best name on his resume.
Because you got guys
outside
like
of Eubanks, no disrespect to Eubanks,
for sure. Because you got like Arnold Barbosa Jr. We got some names. We got some names.
Yeah, but he's not gonna fight them now. Norman Jr. could be a possibility based on the connection with Ring and Top Rank and all of that. That could be a possibility, but it's not a $15 million fight, and that's where I think they're gonna go wrong with money wise with this dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if the Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia fight happens, because like Conor Benn's a free agent. Like he's a legit free agent now, after the Regis Prograis fight. So it's gonna be kind of interesting. I think he's gonna sign with whoever's gonna get him that next big fight. He might mess around and sign with Golden Boy, like, you know what I mean, just to get a Ryan Garcia fight. So we'll have to see what happens with that. I know Regis Prograis said he's retiring. He said he's retired like right after the fight. Vlog, like, what do you think of Prograis, just kind of just his career and just as a fighter?
Overachiever for sure. Overachiever, one of those guys that did the things that maybe a Berlanga, these type of names couldn't actually accomplish or haven't accomplished yet. Let's just say yet for Berlanga. Right. Guys that kind of overachieved, did more than was expected. Nobody expected Berlanga to go on that knockout run that he went on. But then you didn't finish it up with a world title opportunity or with stepping it up and beating a big name. So I think Prograis is somebody that has beaten big names, has won world titles a couple times. So I think he's a fringe Hall of Fame type of guy. He's definitely a regional Hall of Famer for sure. Louisiana Boxing Hall of Fame.
He said a regional Hall of Famer.
No, I'm just saying, if you got to put him in the Hall of Fame, at least put him in his home base Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? I don't know that well of the history of Louisiana fighters, but off top, I've just got to say 2 world titles, fighting outside of his weight class a few times, and making the interesting fights, not folding like paper mache. I think he's had a respectable career. But that wasn't meant to be funny when I said Louis. And now other times I be funny when I say stuff. I'm being honest. That's just a place to start to say, where can we judge him at? Like, New York Hall of Fame, Boxing Hall of Fame is big. I would put the same respect on Louisiana Boxing Hall of Fame. So if he get in there, then other things might be achievable if future discussions are able to be held based on his accomplishments and longevity in the sport. He's been around for a minute.
Yeah, for sure. I have a lot of respect for Regis Prograis and what he's done in his career.
Don't do that to me, Jeff. Now people gonna see that and think I was clowning and shit.
I ain't gonna clip that one, bro. I ain't gonna clip that one. I ain't gonna clip that one. But I have a lot of respect for Regis Prograis. Like, you could tell like the last like 2-3 years of his career, he was kind of just on borrowed time, really. Even going back to like before like the Devin Haney fight, he was kind of just really just getting fights off of his name, and things like that.
Real quick, Jeff, I don't want to cut you off. Ty, I got a question. I want you to answer first. Who goes in first, Prograis or Thurman?
In the where?
You said
Hall of Fame. If we just talking Hall of Fame and you got to choose one of them names, who goes in first? Back against the wall. You know what I mean? Life on the line decision. Prograis or Thurman?
Can I get a neither?
I'm just asking. If you say neither, that's your decision. Just asking.
Man, I would say Prograis, man. Thurman's just career has just been odd lately, man, with the injuries, the layoffs. So I can't.
So can I ask you this question?
If he was a consistent fighter, now he's fought Danny Garcia, he's fought Porter and all that in the past, but his career has just took a big hiatus since then. So.
But why wasn't that talked about for Prograis this whole weekend? I've never seen a question anybody post. Should Prograis run his resume, look at his resume, break it down? I didn't have time. I'm injured, so I didn't do it personally myself. But I didn't see all these other great platforms even ask that question. But it was asked of Thurman before the fight, before we saw any results. It was asked. Now we saw the results. We saw him go 12 rounds with a bigger guy for the umpteenth time in his career, because Taylor was bigger than him at the time they fought. So, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, why wasn't that brought up? Like, I think it should be. It's a 2-time world champion, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm with Jeff, though, man. I felt maybe Prograis, like, age just caught up with him because he's, 37, 38. Like you said, he is a former world champion and everything. So, but, yeah, I think it could just be just age, or maybe he just kind of like he's already accomplished being a world champion, so maybe he lost his hunger as he got older. Like he got whooped by Haney like bad, man. Like the trash talking that they did at this press conference and everything didn't match up with the performance in the ring. So it was like it was just a shutout performance. So yeah, like I said, man, I think it was just kind of like him being older and just lost his hunger.
Yeah. So next question. Worst beating, Haney over Prograis or Fundora over Thurman?
Fundora over Thurman.
I agree. Fundora was too tall, man. Thurman's never been in there with nobody that tall. And plus he was older and he could, you know what I mean? His legs weren't the same. He tried, but he couldn't. So I would say definitely. Look, did you see his face, man? You see that face?
I mean, Prograis was pretty beat up too. He was catching like a backstop.
But Thurman was complaining. He was mad with the ref.
Yeah,
you gonna be mad with the ref looking like that, man?
After that fight, Thurman had a face his mama couldn't love. That thing was
Did you
crazy.
say I'll meet you on the side of the house,
I
getting your
mean,
plate through the window?
yeah. You had to collect your items in the backyard for sure. You know what I mean? But as far as Regis Prograis is concerned, I don't feel like either name should even be mentioned with like Hall of Fame, like not even close. Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, for me, like one of my criteria as far as Hall of Fame, like you had to have been the man in your division at some point in your career, like the man in the division. You know what I'm saying?
So does overachieving not get you to the Hall of Fame?
No, it doesn't. You're just an
It doesn't.
overachiever. You're just an overachiever. Because if you want to look at it that way, bro, Sean Porter would get in before either one of them. If you want
I
to really
mean,
look
I
at it.
personally think Sean Porter could get in just on resume alone.
I don't like any of them in the hall. Like I don't think any of them are Hall of Fame worthy. None of them. I don't think
Okay.
Thurman. I don't think Thurman is. I don't think Sean Porter is. I definitely don't think Regis Prograis is. His best victory is a draw. The Josh Taylor fight. That's his best
I
victory.
thought he won that fight.
I thought he won it too. That's why I said his best victory is a draw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't. He's nowhere. He's nowhere close. He's nowhere close.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Legend.
I think I told you this off camera. I can't remember what fight it was, but I know he won a fight, and it was a guy saying Progress was out to eat with his family, and like nobody in the restaurant recognized him. So it's like he wasn't. I mean, I know Louisiana is not a boxing state or whatever. Yeah. But still, like when you're a fighter and you're a world champion, you should be known. And they were saying he wasn't even known where he was at, and then he just won a big fight. So I don't remember what fight it was though.
I forgot. I do remember that conversation that we had off camera though. But the thing with Prograis is that he's done a lot in terms of like where he's from, because you would think Louisiana would have a lot of fighters, because it's hard living out there in Louisiana. So you figure a lot of people would turn to boxing, but they don't really have a rich history in terms of like boxers coming out of Louisiana. So he's done a lot for the state, for the state of Louisiana for sure. And I definitely give him credit for that. And listen, and Regis Prograis has never gotten into the ring, and I felt like he was just like not putting in any effort. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so he definitely overachieved for sure, but he's nowhere near like a Hall of Fame type status, like for sure. Franklin said Moses Atama, a future champ. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. It looks like it. I still think they need to move him carefully. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely has the skill set to be a champion. Franklin said Conor Benn would have got beat. He said about Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh man, that's crazy.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, laser sharp game and laughing. Franklin said a face like Rocky Dennis. Yeah, his
Conor Benn face looked like worn boots. He got a face like work boots, nigga.
Yo, Keith Thurman looked like Tommy Hearns. He looked like Martin at the Tommy Hearns got a hold of him. And the celebrity he was fighting for the CBC championship, the community boxing championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, Thurman was looking bad out here in these streets, man. But we gonna get off the Conor Benn thing, man. Let's keep this thing moving, man. We're gonna go to Tyson Fury. Got a unanimous decision victory over Makhmudov. And I guess Ty, I'm gonna start with you, man. Like, what did you feel about the Tyson Fury fight and his performance?
I think Tyson Fury did okay. I mean, the man's been out for over a year or so. Mm-hmm. He showed his class was above, Makhmudov. Like Makhmudov, man, I was like disappointed with the dude, man. I know he's a tall guy. His record is nice, but it seemed like to me he was just throwing 1-2s and just clinching, trying to get Fury on the ropes. It seemed like that's what he was doing the whole time. And like Fury, to me, he had like 3 times where he could have really took advantage. Like Makhmudov kind of went over the rope and Fury kind of stepped on it at one point, but he didn't do it like the other times. So I was like, maybe he was just trying to get some rounds on, since he's been out for a long time. But I think Fury really had some moments in that fight where he could have stopped him. But he came out victorious, so happy for the man. I was more impressed with him calling out AJ rather than the fight. So I hope it. Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, like I said, Makhmudov, man, I don't see him lasting long in the sport. He's already been stopped twice. I think he got far because his size, his height and all that. But to me, he's not really that great. And I think this was just to get Fury back in there after those 2 losses over Usyk. I think he just needed to kind of, get that feeling back, get back in the ring, get back in that win column, and, set this thing up with AJ. But, I mean, I wasn't 100% impressed with, with the fight, but I think Fury did his thing. But Makhmudov, man, terrible performance.
Vlog, what you think of Tyson Fury's performance?
It was workmanlike. It wasn't nothing spectacular. He didn't do nothing different. He obviously ain't got no power, so he just a big dude that can move a bit. I've never really been impressed by him, you know what I mean? So I was let down with the after the fight events. Turkey is getting ready to get real cartoonish with these movements. I was liking him actually being the businessman, being the quote unquote suit on the side. Everybody know who he was, saluted him, respected him, but he let these other people do what they do as far as in front of the camera type stuff. And him being in the ring, standing next to Tyson, pull this WWES cringe-worthy type spiel, like it was terrible. Like, did you see AJ face? It was like he was forced to be there. I'm like, yeah, because I'm thinking to myself, didn't you get up and bounce at the Trezor Wilder situation? Before the winner was even announced, he bounced up out the ring and out the ring area. So why you didn't do the same thing at this situation? Why? Because you was forced to sit there and deal with that nonsense? Because it's not a mega fight. It's not. It's a fight that's old. It's same way AJ Wilder would be a fight that's past its prime. We're not gonna see what we would expected from these guys. He should have went after AJ after he beat Wilder the second time. Why fight Wilder again? Because you're just trying to pad your resume? Come on, bro. Like, I'm confused by how they're trying to build this up as some mega fight. It's not a mega fight. It's not for a belt, first of all. You know what I mean? And even if it was for an interim, because Usyk dropping the straps, like, people supposed to drop coals during the winter. So you're supposed to get rid of that. So he held on to the coal for a little bit. Now he gonna get rid of it because he already calling AJ the future undisputed. So I mean, is there anybody left to fight AJ? He's not going to fight one of these young bulls out here. He's not going to do it. I don't see him fighting a Wardley. I don't see him fighting a Atama. I don't know what the West is producing currently as far as any up-and-comers that could challenge some of these old heads going out the side door, but it's just, we need to have a wash of the heavyweight division, man. The Warley Dubois situation is kind of leading us into the next generation of whatever the heavyweight division will bring us. But the Fury AJ thing, it's not on my radar like that, man.
Okay. Yeah, the Fury fight, he kind of like, it was good that he got the rounds in, because he was out, I think, for 16 months. So, to get a good 12 rounds in with, Makhmudov, and I thought it was going to go. I wasn't predicting a knockout because Fury is just not, he's not smacking nothing around like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's not really known for his power, but for a guy being 6'7", 6'8", was he what 265, something like that. Like he does have a skill set of someone in a lower weight class. Like he moves better than a lot of these heavyweights. The side to side movement is better than a lot of heavyweights. Uh, Pretty good punch selection for his size. So he showed a little bit, showed a little bit of the tool bag in there. I mean, it went pretty much how I expected it to go. That whole card just went how I thought it was going to go. Like it really wasn't no suspense or anything like that with any of those fights, to be honest with you. But do you feel like Tyson Fury and AJ, is that the biggest fight to make it heavyweight? Is it the biggest fight in terms of name recognition?
No bigger than AJ Wilder. But what significance would it do for the division?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
what
would
you think,
say.
Leslie?
I mean, they announced this fight or it was supposed to happen a while back, like a couple of years ago now. They announced this fight was supposed to happen and never did. I can't remember what the reason was, but I mean, I'm cool with it. I like it. Both guys been in there with Yusha twice. You know what I mean? Do we even really know how AJ is still handling, losing two close friends? So is he jumping right into this fight if it happens? Is he taking the tune up? It's a lot of questions I have. I'm saying that it's nuts, but I mean, I like it. I still think it's, they are still like those big names in the heavyweight divisions, two big guys. I like it. I'm cool with it.
A legend, do you think, well, just to tell you, like,
So if that's the case, then why wouldn't AJ get a tune-up fight?
he
Fury just
said
had his.
he said Wilder's, they said Wilder's the tune-up.
But we're not seeing Wilder and AJ confirmed the way Ty just said he's seen Fury AJ confirmed. So it's interesting how they would work that out.
Yeah, I think AJ would need a tune-up. To be perfectly honest with you, I definitely think you need a tune-up. But I mean, we've seen AJ in fights where, I mean, we're going back, but I mean, the Andy Ruiz fight was supposed to have been, obviously he wasn't supposed to fight him. He was supposed to fight Big Baby Miller, but Andy Ruiz was a late replacement, and you seen what happened with that. That set his career back at least a year and a half, because he had other plans. You know what I'm saying? So putting AJ in a tune-up in a heavyweight fight, you just never know. One tap on the chin and all the plans are done. So they may say, you know what, screw a tune-up. Like let's just get to it. I can see them doing that as well. But yeah, that's why I said the heavyweight division is kind of in a funky spot right now. Like, because you got the OGs in the game, you got Fury, you got AJ, you got.
Answer me a question. Where does I know he coming off a devastating loss, but I think he actually got a couple victories after that. Big Baby Anderson fit because he's over there with Queensberry and them right now. So does he fit in his AJ picture anywhere? Does he fit in the Fury picture?
He's ice cold in these boxing streets right now. He is ice cold. Ice cold.
Who, Big Baby?
Yeah, Big Baby Anderson. He's ice cold in these boxing streets.
Oh, Anderson. Oh, I was thinking.
Ain't nobody checking for Big Baby Anderson right now. You talking probably at least Big Baby Anderson got to put on at least 2 or 3 solid performances before you even mention.
So no, what I'm asking, I'm asking for the fact that he could be fighting a couple of the outside type of guys that are still looking for their money fights, the Rakpos, because Rakpo and Yoka getting ready to fight. So did Big Baby get signed to go up against that next tier of heavyweights? You know what I mean? Because the work is over there. It's not over here. He went over there and signed. So I'm asking for that reason. Yeah, because there are some other heavyweights, but the Agat Cabrils and these type of guys, but we don't. And the major fans and the casuals don't know them the way we may. So to say these are big fights, they could be big fights to us as boxing heads, but everybody else, they're not. AJ and Wilder is the big fight. So is there any room for at least a guy that has some sense of a name, whether it's cold or hot?
So with Big Baby Anderson, yeah, like he would probably be put up against secondary guys, out there, for sure. But he, even with that being said, he's still gonna have to run off a victory or two just to even make those make sense. Like his name is so cold right now. His name is so cold. But if he gets like two victories where he look impressive, then yeah, like we can talk about him fighting some of those second tier guys. But he's gonna have to get at least one or two fights off the rip, where he looks good. He's gonna have to beat one or two guys that's in that second tier before we even talking about Big Baby Anderson doing anything as far as top 10. He's looking at least
But
four fights.
but I'm asking a question. They signed him for a reason. So
Yeah, but
does
I
he
just
get over?
answered it.
No,
I
yeah,
got
you answered it from I think a hardcore perspective. I'm
No,
asking from
no, I know
based
what
on
you're
what they're
saying.
doing.
No, I know
So
what
you
you're
don't
saying.
think
Like,
so answer me just real quick. You don't think he could be in the mix for a Dubois Worldly winner?
no,
You don't
no,
no?
he ice cold. It's not the fact that he's not skilled, and it's not the fact that
No,
I don't
I'm
think
not asking, but I'm asking why signing though. Then what's the purpose of
that's a
signing him
future.
if he's so cold?
It's a future project. It's a future project.
Mhm.
It's a
At
future
damn
project.
near 30 years old.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
think you can. Okay. I mean, you answer. I think they got him out there for these other names that are more established on the Queensberry platform, especially at heavyweight.
You
So
thinking he like a gate? You think he gonna be like a gatekeeper
he
for them?
food. He food.
I see. I don't agree with that. That's why. So that's why we're clashing in this conversation.
But no, but at the same time, if he wins and it's still beneficial for Queensberry, it's still beneficial. But to be having him called over with you saying that he ice cold in the streets, then it looks like he's only signed to be served up.
But he only signed. But when he signed, Top Rank ain't had a deal. Got to
But
remember
it's a
that. So
cold deal. He's still with Top Rank. He's
I
so it's
know. But he signed with them. Yes, it's a co-promotional deal. But when he signed the contract, Top Rank didn't have no network.
what does that have to do with what Queensberry is going to do with him, which will still benefit Top Rank?
The reason why is because if Top Rank ain't had no network at the time, and that's one of your top guys, and you want to keep them busy, Queensberry makes sense. It makes sense because that's where to work at.
So you're
But Top
serving him
Rank
up.
ain't had no. No, but Top Rank. If Top Rank had a network, I don't think he signs with Queensberry. I don't think he signs with Queensberry. If
So you
Queensberry,
think he
if
would
they
have been
think
part of the less than $1 million 1.5 fight card contract? They would have had him on that card, them cards.
his first fight back, yeah, his first
Damn.
fight back,
Yeah,
yeah.
you saying
Because
that
the thing,
motherfucker? He walking out of deep freeze if he back at that level.
bro. Here's the thing with Big Baby Anderson. If Queensberry think their guys is like that, to where they're using Big Baby Anderson as like a stepping stone, they're sadly mistaken. But when I say he's
I
ice
wouldn't say
cold,
a stepping stone, but
no, you said food. You said food. That's the
but no,
same thing.
I mean in this a palletizing plate. Like you want your guys to be challenged by at least recognizable names. And what they're having an issue is with the Germany guys fighting the English guys. So they're having that issue. So what I think they did was make a move and pull over a couple. I don't think they just signed Big Baby, but I think he was the biggest name. But I think they signed a few to co-promote these heavyweights that Top Rank was kind of letting fluctuate. And they lost. They lost the big African dude, FA. So, they I don't know what they doing, but it seems like they're just here to be able to make money as long as they got some sort of grip hold on their fighters. Okay, hey, you want him? Let's send him over there, but we still holding on to whatever falls out of his pockets they're gonna get.
No,
You know what I mean?
No, I got you. I'm not even really disagreeing with the assessment, because if Big Baby Anderson is not like mentally locked in, he can get beat. But I'm like, if he's locked in, he beats a lot of those Queensberry dudes. He's more talented than most of them Queensberry dudes. It's not about his talent. And when I say he ice cold, he just hasn't done anything after his loss. He just hasn't done anything. And I know he got a fight coming up. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say he's ice cold in these streets, because he hasn't done anything. You know what I'm
I
saying? Like, he
mean,
hasn't
I
done
can't
anything.
argue that, no doubt.
Yeah. But I don't. But to be honest with you, I think it's a great signing for Queensberry. It's beneficial for both parties, because at the time of the signing, even if Top Rank wanted to put Big Baby Anderson on, it was like, where you gonna put him on at? You have no network. You know what I'm saying? But and then Queensberry, they have a lot of heavyweights, so it just made sense. But it's up to I'll meet you in the middle of the street. It's up to Big Baby Anderson. It's up to him whether he's going to be a force and be cleaning out Queensberry guys, or he's going to be a gatekeeper for the Queensberry guys. Like, it's up to him. He's more than talented to whip a lot of them dudes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't disagree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think one loss is it, especially at heavyweight, should, you know, deter your, like what you're saying he's able to do. Like, he's a talented guy. We know he can probably level up and show more defense and things of that nature. So
yeah,
it just, like you said, it's like, what is he gonna do with this opportunity? I hope he not fooled, personally, myself.
Yeah, I don't either. And another thing you said that I agree with is, like, one loss shouldn't have affected you that much, but it did. It affected him a lot. Like,
I think that too, man.
Yeah, I think it
I
affected
don't know
him
that,
a lot.
because he felt like he was that guy. He felt like on Top Rank. He felt like he was up there with the Shakurs and the Tiafimos. When in all rights, was he socially recognizable wise, things like that? I don't know if he was really that house guy. Not even that heavyweight, because they still had the Italian boy still fighting. So, you know what I mean? They wouldn't really put no steam behind no specific heavyweight, but was he recognizable because of his age, being more relatable to the social media era that we in? Probably so, but not with the cores and the rest of the upper top tier guys over there at Top Rank at the time.
Real quick, I know, Tom, I'm gonna let you get in here. I'm just gonna say this real quick. You know, the two things that bother me about Big Baby Anderson, and both of these happened. I want to say it happened prior to his loss, right? Do y'all remember the clip that he had with Roy Jones?
I was gonna say that. I know he was gonna go with that. He was crying, and he was crying and everything. And Jones was giving him that talk, and he just he just seemed like
he just seemed like he was, like, emotionally, like, just done. And like I said, this was prior to the loss. Mm-hmm. This was prior to the loss. And then he had another clip, Ty, where the guy in his corner, his trainer, in between rounds, I don't know what fight it was, but he was telling him to go to the body. And he literally told his trainer that he didn't want to go to the body because he didn't want to get that close and get headbutted. I'm like, the fuck is going on? Like, I was like, what? Like, so Big Baby Anderson.
In that situation, shouldn't the trainer show his elite ability to read the situation and give him direction of how to get to the body, since he's worried?
The fact that he's a heavyweight and he said that bothers me. That bothers me.
I get it, but the trainer's not in there, so the trainer hasn't felt the opponent's head. Maybe he had, and when the trainer was telling him to do something specific, that he felt like, okay, coach, there's a bit of danger with that instruction right there. So the coach could have acknowledged it, showing his elevation, being the third eye, because you're supposed to be elite with reading the whole situation of what's going on in the fight. Say to your fighter, well, look, my dude, grab, step around, work the body with the one arm, switch arms, step around, work the body with the other arm. There's instructions of how to get that body work off. If that's what you wanted to do, if that's what you seen as a trainer is key to sway the fight, to make it a bit easier, then give him the instructions on how to do it based on what he just told you.
All that's
so
cool.
I can't blame him for that,
bro. All that's cool. I can't blame him for that.
You got the right to.
You 240, bro. You 6'3", 240. and you talking about you don't want to throw no body shots, man, I ain't trying. I'm not. It's the fact that he said it. It's the fact that he said it. You in the middle of a fight. You in the middle of a fight, and your trainer say, "Hey, go to the body a little bit," and you actually come out and say, "I don't want to go to the body because I don't want to get head butted." Like what? Like what are we like? You remember when Roy Jones went off on Kevin Newman, and he was just like, "Yo, you either gonna go in there and fight or just quit boxing." Imagine him saying that to Roy Jones. Imagine him saying that to Roy Jones.
Yeah, Roy probably.
But that's a different situation.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It is not a different situation, bro. It's not a different situation.
Clashes is a different situation. That's different. That's
but you're saying you're like the situations are similar in this sense. You're going in there to fight. You're going in there to fight. You're doing things to say that you don't want to fight. If you say you don't want to go to the body because you're worried about a headbutt, he wasn't cutting the fight. He wasn't headbutted in the fight. He wasn't. He wasn't. I was just Roy would have lost his. Roy might have just went to the locker room, bro. If Big Baby Anderson would have said that to Roy Jones, he probably went to the.
I'm trying to defend the fight.
What fight was that?
The fighter needs defense.
I've never heard that vlog. You've had aspirations of being a trainer, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Imagine one of your fighters saying that. And I know you, I feel like I know you pretty well. Like you're not going for that.
I would have been, I would have been, my sternness would have been there, but the instructions would have been there also. It wouldn't have just been go to the body. Okay, he shot something at me. This is chess, not checkers, baby. This is boxing. This is 3D chess, baby. This is real life chess. So you have to move with the moment. You have to counter what's going on, whether it's from the ref. The ref and them could have came and said something about whatever y'all doing in the corner. You got to be able to respond. You got to be able to still defend what's going on with your team. So again, bro, every situation, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just trying to be the other guy, not just, I'm trying to say, okay, what about this scenario in that scenario?
I
see where you're going, Jeff, though. I see where you're going.
I got so much of a problem with it because if that was the case, he could have said, all right, coach, I'm gonna go to the body, but I'm gonna make sure I pivot to the left before I go, before I go to the body. Or I'm only going to go to the body if I get him on the ropes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he said something like that, then I'm like, okay, cool. But he came out and said he don't want to go to the body at all. He said he don't want to go to the body at all.
I was like, come on, baby. Did he show that kind of heart in the loss to the African bull?
No, listen, he showed a lot of heart. And
so that's what I'm saying. I think that moment could be misconstrued. I
hear you. I'm with this. I think if another fighter did this vlog, I would get a different response from you. I think you like Big Baby Anderson.
No, I would do this for anybody.
Hey, bro, if Ryan
Garcia,
if Ryan Garcia said it, you giving me the same response?
If Ryan Garcia was in a situation where I had to be honest about what that situation was that he was in, I would be honest about that situation. It has nothing to do with him as a person. I don't know Big Baby. Is he okay? I think he okay. He not the future to me of heavyweight boxing, but is he a recognizable name? Does he have some talent? Yeah, but he got more flaws than I think he actually has talent. You know what I mean? I see a lot of flaws with his footwork. I see a lot of flaws with not being able to take something off of shots at times. It's like, bro, this is not the time to go for the KO. This is the time to keep finding the opening, switch, see what's different. Like, take your time, catch your wind. Like, I think he goes all out at the wrong time and doesn't get the KO. Then he looks sloppy for 2 or 3 rounds. He's not punching. So, yeah, it's a lot of flaws with the young man. But to defend him, I would do that for any fighter.
Yeah, I'm glad Roy Jones wasn't in the corner when
but I'm gotta be honest about Roy Jones' situation, bro. That's the Tony Atlas moment. You're not working.
listen,
You literally are not working.
but it's no like, bro, it's no top tier. I guarantee you, Roy Jones called Big Baby Anderson after that fight and probably told him never to say that again. I guarantee you. Guarantee you.
I would not doubt it. It might not have definitely fit the moment, but like it's the heat of the moment. Maybe guys are not explaining the way they should have because he's still working on his catching his breath. I don't know.
A vlog, but it goes back to my original point.
Mental mind state.
Jared Anderson does things and says things that make me question the mental.
I got you.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what, and you know, the champions, it start here. It starts
it's 85%.
85% for sure. Let me get in these comments real quick. Tomo in the building, he said AJ is far too technical for Fury. Yes, Fury's good, but AJ would walk rings around him. I don't know if I agree with that.
No, look real quick. See, that's not going to work because Fury's not going to play the bull. Fury's going to want to play the matador. And that's where AJ's not at his best, is coming forward. You seen what happened when he thought he had Dubois in trouble. He threw an uppercut across the frame and got himself knocked out. So I'm just saying, bro, I don't know if we want to see Fury coming forward. So then that scenario will work for him, but that's not the type of fight we're going to see.
Hey, Ty, you think AJ's more technically skilled than Fury?
Nah. I think Fury, be honest, I think Fury's got the better footwork. I think Fury's faster, got the better footwork. I think if AJ can land on him, if AJ can land on a big one on him, like I think that can really change output. But I think overall, Fury is the better skill fighter.
Vlog, you think Fury's the better skill fighter than AJ?
I mean,
technically,
that's what I'm trying to. I think they both are technically sound in what they do. AJ's more traditional amateur style. Fury's more street, a little bit slick to a certain extent for a big burly ass white boy. That being said, I'm gonna be honest. He's a bit more of what we would call the swagger style of boxing. So for what they do, I think they kind of cancel each other out. To be honest.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna say this too. Like they both got some miles on and they both got some wear and tear. But let's be honest. Like if AJ was in there with Wilder and he got clipped, I don't see AJ going with Fury there. Like Fury was a master with it. Fury got up, stopped Wilder. I don't think it would have been like that if Wilder landed on. I think it would have been lights out. But Fury showed that he could take a punch, man. To be a big guy like that.
If they give you an extra 8 seconds, anybody could have took that shot probably and got up and made it the last 10.
Yeah, what about the trilogy though? He still went down in the trilogy, and he was bigger in the trilogy.
The man had a 150-pound costume on 3 hours before the fight. Just dumb shit like that.
Yo, Vlog been trying me this whole show, man. He brings up Barrios, now he bringing up the heavy suit. I'm not falling for it, bro. I'm not falling for it, bro.
You gotta keep it light, man. You gotta keep it light.
Tomo said AJ has wanted it for almost 10 years, but Fury kept ducking him. Also, look at the past fights. AJ owned Tyson Fury many times. I don't know if you're talking about sparring. Might be talking about sparring. Tomo said, "Damn, I'd love to see Mike Tyson in his prime against Tyson Fury." I mean, that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. That's
the style that defeats Mike. Buster exposed it.
Yeah,
he ducked Lennox Lewis. So come on now.
And nobody's saying Fury's a better fighter than Mike Tyson, but that style matchup would be a bad style.
That length is a motherfucker, and somebody that throws a jab as they basic punch. That's trouble.
Yeah. Jay Banks said, KG5 Jeff. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to Jay Banks. He said, okay, bro. He said, I don't know much about boxing, but that suit stuff is cap. He got his ass kicked by Fury. He's just messing around, bro. He's just messing around, man. I think that Fury AJ is, I mean, despite all of the stuff that's going on, with the heavyweight division, like that's still like a top, like it's still like a top 3, 4 fight to
What's
me.
bigger? You never answered that question. What's the bigger fight
Between who?
between the three?
You talking about Wilder, Fury, and AJ?
Yeah, they the only ones been active lately. So you know what I mean. Yeah, they
Um,
the topic of conversation. They the ones almost out the door.
I,
So,
I think I think AJ Fury is the bigger fight. I think only because I haven't heard anybody say like Wilder still got it. So I think if AJ fought Wilder and AJ didn't beat Wilder, I think it'd be a major. People would consider that a major upset. Um, I think people would think AJ and Fury would be a lot more competitive. So I would say probably AJ Fury, and then probably AJ Wilder. Um, so
And like
yeah,
at
I
this
think
point,
I'm on got my crystal ball out. I see AJ Fury as a sloppy fight,
you think
as
so?
both attempt to play it beyond safe, which makes it a sloppy fight. The same way we saw from Wilder to Jordan. Playing
I
it
don't
safe,
think. I don't think it's
trying to
gonna.
stay too close, a lot of grabbing, a lot of falling, a lot of weight, a lot of sweat, a lot of greasy looking nastiness going on in that ring. I don't think it's gonna be that clean boxing savantness because as Ty said, you dealing with two elder statesmen. So how sharp is the fight really gonna be?
I actually think it's gonna be. I actually think the fight gonna be pretty clean just off of these styles. I think with
But
AJ,
is that the way to play it safe though?
I don't think AJ will play it safe in that fight though. I don't think AJ will play it safe. I think AJ is going to come forward, and I think he's going to fight his fight. But I think it's a good
So,
style matchup because Tyson Fury is going to be able to fight his fight as well because he fights the best off of the back foot. Now it's
but
going to be
he's
a
a
real.
smotherer. He likes to
Oh,
smother you.
yeah, he
So the
likes to
minute
smother, but the thing is, AJ got one of the top jabs at heavyweight, so it's not going to be easy for him to smother. That's why I like the matchup because Tyson Fury, in order for him to be effective offensively against AJ, he's going to have to actually use his jab. And Fury actually has a pretty good power jab when he wants to use it. It's just, is he going to use it? He would have to use it against AJ. I think that fight going to be a lot cleaner than what you think. I think it's going to be a cleaner fight. I think it's going to be some good work that
I
actually
agree.
gets done in that fight. I think it's going to be some good work that gets done. Definitely. Even though they
compared
two
to
elder statesmen.
compare, so you saying the good work compared to everything else we got to deal with?
What
There's
else we
gonna
got to
be
deal
more
with?
good work.
What else we got to deal with?
The sloppiness. I just
Who's
told you
sloppiness
about
though? Who's sloppiness?
the way Fury fights, the way AJ fights when he gets tired and he's not precise on his game, and we've seen him fight sloppy in Ruiz fight, which got him clipped. We've seen him not fight his best. And
But
again, we talk about two dudes plus close to 40, closer to 40 than they are to 35. So
but
uh,
AJ has gotten in trouble when he trying to go in for the kill. Most of his career, he's been pretty clean in terms of his offense. He's been pretty clean offensively. His
I thought
problem
he
is he
smothered
can't.
himself against Usyk. I thought he didn't use his length against Usyk. Smothered
Well,
a lot of his own work.
I think he smothered. I think he smothered. I think he smothered some of his work because Usyk was smothering the work. Because AJ was trying to come in with the jab, and Usyk was either getting out of the way, circling out, or he was stepping in and actually smothering the work, which is what you're
That
supposed to do.
and that's exactly what I'm estimating that Fury would do, but do it not coming towards, doing it, allowing AJ to come towards, get it, possibly shoot a double jab. Fury with his lean back game. Soon as AJ looks like he about to load up, here's Fury grabbing the head, pulling him in, reaching for the arm. All of that sort of muckety type of fighting. That's to me, I would think we're going to see more of than we'll actually see clean shots, set up shot. Like
Well, and I'll say this as well. Fury was doing a lot of that against Usyk because he's just the bigger guy. Like he's the
he's
bigger guy.
taller than AJ too. has the
Yeah,
leverage
but
against
AJ is.
AJ also.
I don't agree with that because you just looking at it. You looking at height. AJ 250. He 250, 255 strong. He's not
Okay,
gonna be able to just go in there
so
and just
you
muddy the waters.
now then you just fell into my trap. So even more, why wouldn't he try to smother AJ outside and let him get close and just rope a dope, sort of rope a dope?
Because he has to.
That's not
Because
Fury's
he
style.
has to get. Yeah, but he has to get by a top 5 jab in a division. When is the last time he's had to go through that? Usyk
Who?
doesn't have a top 5 jab. AJ's got a top 5 jab at heavyweight right now. Top 5 jab. The guys that you're talking about in terms of Fury smothering, they didn't have jabs. Usyk doesn't. Usyk
All
has a
right.
great
So
overall
all
game.
right. So answer me a question.
Mhm.
So you're saying AJ's going to let's say just double jab his way close to Fury, and then do what?
He's gonna go to work. It's up
Doing
to
what?
Fury.
I'm
It's up to
asking.
Fury. It's up to Fury to figure that out. It's up to Fury to
That's
figure
why
that
I'm
out.
telling you. You know how Fury gonna figure it out? He just gonna smother it and stop it at the gate.
I understand that. I understand what you're saying, but you're dealing with a guy that's 6'5", 250. You're only gonna be able to do that, but so much in a fight. These dudes like Wilder. Wilder was what? One of them fights, Ty, he was what, like 230, 235. He put on some pounds.
Yeah, like
But
the second or
them,
third.
yeah,
Third fight, he definitely came in bigger.
fights, bro. He's 215, bro. 220. He can muddy that all day. Even with Usyk is what, 210, 215. He can muddy that all day. AJ 6'5", 250. He's not muddying that the whole fight, bro. I'm not saying he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna be able to do it that often. Like AJ's a strong ass dude.
So
He's not
you
gonna be able to
sound
do
like
that
you
all
got
night.
AJ stopping him.
I'm not saying he's gonna. I'm not. I think AJ wins the fight. I think AJ wins the fight.
If it happens over there, he doesn't win. If he don't get a knockout
Over where?
in Wembley Stadium, where they were screaming for it to happen at.
They're both like they're both from the UK.
I know that, but
Yeah.
on the scorecards, on the fan base, I'm leaning to say Fury would have a slight edge on the scorecards, around round and a half minimum.
Nah,
So
not on AJ. Hell no. Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
Okay.
He's the actually Tyson Fury's the B side. He the B side. He the B side, bro.
Okay.
It's an interesting fight simply because I know what AJ is going to do offensively. I know what he's going to do offensively. With Tyson Fury, I don't know what he's going to do to be successful. I really don't. I don't. I know he's going to have some success because he's a skilled fighter, but I don't know what his game plan is going to be exactly. He's so used to fighting off the back foot. Now, if he steps forward and he gets on his front foot, he meet AJ in the middle of the ring, then we got something. But he still got to get past that jab. He still got to get past that jab, and Fury hasn't had to get past a solid jab in a long time. Long time. If AJ jab is on point, he got a pretty good chance of winning that fight.
Hey, but you guarding AJ jab to a stationary target. I don't think Fury.
He's not. Fury's not a stationary target.
Yeah, so the jab is to me will lead to not being able to be effective with the second punch. Fury tying that up. Fury doing the rabbit punching, the short uppercuts inside. That sort of gritty fighting that scores well for that fan base. That's why I'm, in my estimation, I don't think it'll be a clean fight. It'll be one of those gritty type of muddy type of fights that I think Fury will edge out on the cards. Because they don't fight that fight.
If Fury wins, I feel like that's his best route to victory. Because even though I feel like they're both great at their individual styles, it's really hard to beat a heavyweight that got a really, really good jab. Is like even though Tyson Fury is not a stationary target, even when you got to go find somebody, you find them with the jab. You find them with the jab.
You know what can happen with a jab like that? It could get countered. And when you got whiskers like his, even an old dude like Fury might be able to You know what I mean? Spark you, as they like to say.
But Fury don't even counter jabs over the top. He don't even counter off the top, over the top of
But
jabs.
you,
He really don't.
but as you said earlier, has he dealt with a jab that he has to incorporate a counter like that?
That's the question. That's what makes the fight so interesting. That's what
I
makes
don't
the
think
fight
it's
so
that
interesting.
interesting. I don't
You
think
just
that
talked about it with me for 10 minutes. I think you interested.
I'm doing that for the purpose of the show.
Hey Ty, he going back and forth with me for 10 minutes talking about something he ain't interested. You gonna be right in front of that
Yeah,
screen.
he want to see it.
Yeah, you want to see it. You pump faking like a bug. That is funny, man. That is funny.
Shit.
Like one more thing before we get up out of here. As far as I and Vlog and I are gonna do a video on this probably closer to the fight. But of course we got Boots Ennis and we got Xander Zayas June 27th at the Barclays Center. And I'm not gonna mention any names, right? I will when we do the video. I will when we do the video. There's a lot of boxing YouTube media people that are kind of they're anti-Boots, but I haven't heard any of them say that they're actually betting on Zayas. Like there is a lot of hedging bets around here. Like it was, Boots don't have a resume, Boots can't get the big fight, Eddie Hearn's not gonna get him the big fight. And now I'm hearing from those same people, and it's about five of them, about 5 or 6. This is what I'm hearing, bro. Check this out. I like Boots, but and they leaving that back door cracked. You know what I'm saying? They leaving that back door cracked. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, if you've been consistently talking about Boots and you're saying Boots don't have a resume, Boots don't have this, Boots don't have that, I fully expect for y'all to be betting on Xander Zayas. Even if you're not a betting man, I want y'all to get on camera and say that Boots is losing June 27th. And I have not heard that one time. I haven't heard a non-Puerto Rican actually say that Boots is going to lose on June 27th. Now, I don't know. I know both of y'all got your ear to the boxing streets. Have y'all heard a non-Puerto Rican say that Xander Zayas is going to win that fight June 27th?
Not so far, but these comment sections will be lit, and it might be a couple sneaky boot licking trustees slip their way in, put their Puerto Rican flag next to their black ass face. So it might happen. You never know.
Do we have some early odds on Boots and Zayas, or it's too early?
Man, I got Boots minus 500.
Is that what it is, legit? Or no?
I don't know what it. I haven't went out that far. I stopped in May because it kind of got slow. I did a rundown for the rest of April. A couple recognizable names, but no big fights. I know Brandon Adams back in the game. I know Iglesias just fought. His shit was controversial, so he still got his strap. So I mean, it's kind of a slow month. You know what I mean? So I ain't really get too far ahead as far as the numbers, but.
I do have some numbers.
What you got?
I do have some numbers. According to Google, as of right now, Jaron Ennis is a minus 164 favorite.
Oh, they want a lot of money on the fight. That's what it is. That's why when it's low like that, they want mad money on it.
Xander Zayas is a 3-1 dog, plus 480.
God damn. So you know what they want? They want people betting on Xander.
That's by FanDuel, by the way. Can I say this real quick, bro?
Ugly.
Can I say this real quick? And Ty, like Vlog and I will dibble and dabble into some betting situations. If Boots is at minus 164, when I say I'm gonna put an enormous bag on Boots, I'm thinking Boots is gonna be like minus like 300. He's in
Yeah,
the
I was thinking
ones.
-5.
He like him to be only minus 164, and to be honest with you, it might go down before fight. Ty, the amount of money I'm gonna put on Boots, bro, like it's gonna be Christmas early. It's gonna be Christmas
Yeah,
early for me. It's gonna
yeah,
be
I might
Christmas
have to
really early.
flip a mortgage payment real quick.
I
I,
can't
I'm,
even
I'm,
tell
I'm,
you. I'm just gonna,
I'm.
you know what, bro? I'm gonna literally, I'm gonna show the ticket. Like I'm actually gonna go to the casino, Ty, and I'm actually gonna put this money on Boots. Like, and I'm gonna show the ticket. Like, I'm literally gonna show the ticket. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
literally gonna show the ticket. Like, you know how people used to bet on Floyd and they would bet this astronomical amount of money, but they knew the money was gonna come right back. Like,
yeah. This
this
that
is one of them
situation.
situations. This is one of them situations. Like, I'm like, I don't see a scenario where Zayas wins the fight, and that's with all due respect to Xander
I'm betting
Zayas.
on the stoppage. That's what I'm going for.
I got that. I got that too.
Yeah, I'm going. It's got
The
to be.
fight to go to distance is minus 164. I'm sorry. The fight to not go to distance is minus 164. The fight to go to distance is plus 128. And then it's by KO, TKO, or DQ is minus 135.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best value right there. You know what I mean? That's all. It
Listen,
ain't quite a double up, but the vig ain't too bad. 30 cents ain't too bad.
listen. I gotta figure out if I gotta jump on this line now or I'm gonna wait, because I don't know if the number is gonna go up.
Yeah, people gonna start putting money on Xander because and then it's gonna go down, and Boots is gonna go up slightly. So Boots probably end up. I would say if he at 160, he gonna probably end up closer to 190, minus 190. And
At
by fight day,
164, bro.
yeah, he gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna go up. Shit, it might even
I,
touch minus 200 because
bro,
everybody and their mama gonna be putting money on Boots.
I gotta figure out how much. I might put up a couple racks, bro. I might put up
A
racks.
stack will bring you back something cool.
I'm about to I gotta pull up the odds calculator.
Or 1,500 bring you back something cool.
Yeah.
15 bring you back a stack, damn near.
Hold on. I gotta what American odds, what was that? I think it was minus 164. Yeah, I'm about to figure this out right now. Let me see how much a rack could get. Continue.
Be about 600, 675, something like that.
Yeah, a stack could get you.
That's why I said 1,500. Yeah, 1,500. 1,500 get you closer to a stack. That gets you about 9.
Yeah, 1,500 to get you about 914.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at right there.
Listen, I might be putting a 5 spot on that thing, bro. I might be putting up a cool 5 on that, bro.
Man, not a Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I might put a Nickelodeon on Boots, man. Don't let them get me like don't let me get like some like bread. I will put a dime. I will put a dime on that. I will put a dime on that for sure.
Oh, man, I'll play that shit like a roulette table, nigga.
Yeah.
Boost by KO, boost by TKO.
I'm betting all that, bro. Because basically it's you getting 6 on every 10. You're getting 6 on every 10.
Yeah, that's why I said the best way to do it though is to do it by, you know what I'm saying, a unit and a half to be able to like at least bring some value back on the bet itself.
Yeah, and listen, I know I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent, but you know, it's like I said, like we're gonna get into specifics and specific people, but I'm like, you can't be talking all this nonsense about Boots and then you're not betting Zayas.
At that value?
I don't understand. At that value, like, are you serious? Because I'm like, if you honestly believe that Boots is going to lose the fight, yo, you could be hood rich. You could be hood rich. You know what I'm saying? You could be hood rich. He's plus 480. You could be hood rich. Just if you that confident, and don't put no 2-piece with the fries money on it. Say it with your chest. You know what I'm saying? Say it with your chest. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like I bet on Zayas and you bet a nickel. You bet $5. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. You've been doing $1,000 worth of trash talk. Put that same money up on Zayas. Y'all gonna be calling me to borrow something.
Facts.
Straight up. And we gonna close it out just like that. Hour 20 minutes strong. You know what I'm saying? Ty Finney, the legend, man. Appreciate you being on here as always, bro, man. Give me your social media, let them know what you got going on, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm on Facebook, Ty Finney, IG, the Legend 3347, man. I'm reaching out for some interviews, so I'm hoping I'll get a response. So just be on the lookout for that, man. And other than that, man, I'm always here to talk boxing, man. Always.
Big shout out to Ty Finney, the legend, in this corner boxing podcast. Mr. Unruly himself, everybody favorite OG, Boxing First vlog, man. Give him the social media, let them know what you got going on.
Man, you know where I'm at on YouTube. You see it on your screen, and I'm always talking that PBT, that blunt truth. You dig? Anyway, I'm on Threads. I'm always in the comment section, roasting, toasting, you know what I mean, flambosting these cats. You know, wordplay is very, very high level over here. So, you know, logic is the key. You dig? So anyway, man, check me out on them platforms, Instagram, YouTube, and Threads, man. And I'll be back posting this week, man. Have some personal business to handle, but I'm still in these streets, as you can see, holding it down with the boys on the platform, on the podcast. So check me out on the channel, back posting this week. Threads, Boxing First Vlog, use the #1. Instagram, use the #1, Boxing First Vlog.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Appreciate you as always, man. I'm all over the place, man. Everything G5 Jeff TV. And one more message before we roll up out of here. I had a video on TikTok talking about the referee in the Wilder and Chisora fight. And I got serious backlash for not explaining why the referee was so bad. Just to let y'all know, if you didn't watch the fight, then the video wasn't for you. If I got to sit and explain what a referee did in a 30-second video, you still would have to watch the fight anyway to understand what I'm saying. Bottom line is, if you're going to be in a boxing video commenting on it, watch the fight first before you make your comment. Hey, Ty Finney, that joint is at 168,000. 30-second video, 168,000. And I had people in there, right? I had this guy, he told me, he said, yo, you got 160,000 views on it, and you only got like 3,000 likes. He said that's less than 2%. So he was like, that shows that your video sucks. So something just told me to go on his profile. Vlog, this dude had 44 followers. I'm like, bro, I said, you suck. I said, you need to check your analytics. Stop dividing mine up. You suck.
Hey, he reached out to 44 family members.
He reached out to, yeah, man. They had a family reunion, man. He got a bunch of cousins and all that, man. Got him to
grabbing phones.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got a picture of a cartoon character on your joint with 44 followers, and you talk about my analytics. I was like, man, if you don't get the hell up out of here, man, it's crazy. And they said my videos aren't long enough. I'm like, y'all got the attention span of like 30 seconds. I gotta keep it 30 seconds to a minute.
Say your piece and get up out of there.
Yeah, if I drop a video that's 10 minutes, 15 minutes long, y'all not gonna watch it because y'all attention spans is not that high. Like
especially for the casuals.
Especially for the casuals. And all of them that was in the comment section are casuals, because I'm like, if you were hardcore and you watched Wilder versus Chisora. You watched it. You understand what I'm saying? So, even when you do interviews, they're not going to listen to a 45-minute interview in its entirety. Like, you literally got to chop it up in food and spoon feed them.
Facts.
Because their attention span is so small. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it just that video, the reason I mentioned that video is because it made me realize how many casuals you actually have out here. It's a lot of casuals out here that need to be, it's a lot of work that need to be done, you know, as far as just boxing fans and just their knowledge of the game and things like that. Like, yeah, 168,000, bro. Like, it might be at 170 right now. 170,000 people. And the majority of them in the comment section was like, oh, this video is about nothing. You didn't explain why. I'm like, you didn't watch the fight. Like, why are you in a boxing video that's 30 seconds long? And at the very least, you should have been like, well, damn, if the referee was that bad, let me go watch the fight and see how bad he was. You didn't even do that. So I'm like, y'all really casuals.
It took them longer than 30 seconds to comment.
Bro, I had people putting in whole paragraphs, bro. Whole paragraphs. You know what I'm saying? Like, whole paragraphs. And I'm like, obviously y'all was interested in the video because y'all watched it. And there was a bunch of people sharing it. I'm like, any video that gets to 165, 170,000, like, obviously it got some motion. But I'm like, it just proved that it's a lot of people out here that are just casual fans. Like, they probably Jake Paul fans. They probably only come out when Jake Paul fighting, or when, you know, Floyd and Manny might fight. They might come out for that. But that was a shocker, man. But, you know, we all working. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ty Finney got interviews coming up. You know what I'm saying? So definitely be on the lookout for that. Boxing First Vlog, definitely putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Definitely go check him out. Go subscribe to his channel, man. So, you know, on behalf of Ty Finney, the legend, everybody favorite OG, Boxing First Vlog, and your boy G5 Jeff TV. This is episode 29 of the Throw the Hook podcast, man. We're going to get with y'all. Peace.
Hey.
Peace.